Grimdark, I know. Vaporwave, not so much. Does that mean I shouldn't do it? Nah, dog. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek video. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, and today I'm coming to you with another one of my conversions that I'm very pleased with, both the construction and also the paint job that I got going on here. I decided that I saw the new Sanguinor, and obviously the first thought that came to mind was Master of Possessions. So I decided that I wanted to make a Master of Possessions out of the new Sanguinor. And in the process of building him and painting him, my friend over at Heresy for Heretics was putting out like some really amazing work that he's been doing. If you haven't seen him, if you have not subscribed or haven't checked out his channel, please go see it. I'll put a link in the description below for his channel. But go check it out. He does incredible work. And a lot of his work, he does a lot of playing with like brighter colors, and he does a lot of vaporwave inspired, 80s inspired kind of color schemes. And I thought, hey, I could do that too. So I decided to give it a shot on this guy. He also, the tone of the armor that I'm going with here is a little bit, Emperor's Children. So, it was a little maybe see what happens in the future, what's coming down the pipeline from GW. But I also was excited to use this because I was putting him together for my LVO army, which if you're watching this when this drops, I will be utilizing him on the battlefield in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Open with my Chaos Space Marines in the 40K friendly. So if you are at LVO, come say hi. If you are not at LVO, then don't worry about it. But hopefully you like it regardless, and keep up with what I'm doing there. You can check out, hopefully I'll do well. If not, I don't care. I want to have fun. I get to see some friends and get to go do some stuff. So I hope you would take a look. Before we go any further, I'm not going to say any more because it's getting rambly, but hopefully you enjoy it. So without any further ado, let's check it out.
So I start out this little conversion here by using the new Sanguinor model, which is super rad sculpt, and I combined it with a Master of Possessions. So the first thing I needed to do was get the pieces from the Sanguinor off the sprue here that I was going to be using. I didn't use all of it. Obviously, I didn't use the wings and the jump pack and the head and such. But there were some parts that needed to be cut off, like the two hands that were stretched out because they're attached to the arm. They're not separate pieces. So I carefully cut them off there and collect them for hopefully future use. Although they did shoot far away when they did go, I did manage to find where they were. So I cut off the arms, both of them, including the sword arm and the one holding the chalice, because neither of those is needed for a Master of Possessions. I also had to cut off from the backpack of the Sanguinor, I had to cut off the streaming parchments, because I wanted to make this Master of Possessions rising up like he is floating. But I also didn't want to use the same jump pack. I wanted to use a Chaos Space Marine jump pack, or backpack, not a jump pack. And in order to do that, I had to get the parchment pieces off because they were attached to the actual pack, the actual back piece there. So once I had those off, I glued them to a properly ornate Chaos Space Marine back. I also had to bulk out the back of it a bit just to make sure it could sit flush against the back of the Sanguinor. So I just glued a piece of, I believe I just cut really thin piece of sprue there to bulk out the back. And then just attached it to the body. Really good camera work there. But trust me, it did glue onto the back there, as you can see here. Then I was attaching a little bit of Chaos iconography after I'd scraped off any of the Blood Angel iconography from it. I wanted to attach a few bits and bobs and additions to make it more chaosy, including this 8-pointed star on the chest. I then sculpted, once I glued him onto the base there, I sculpted some green stuff flames as if he's where the parchments touch the ground, they bring these ethereal flames that are rising up, like the one that's going to be on his hand and on his backpack. So the backpack and the arms that you'll see in a bit are actually from the Master of Possessions kit. I swapped out the head, a different head, just because it wasn't going to work out. But see, I just chose a regular Chaos Space Marine head. But the hands that I'm putting on are just the ones from the Master of Possessions, and they worked out really well size-wise because they're Space Marines and the newer variety onto the hands there for the Sanguinor outstretched arms, so it's just holding out his powers that they have there. But now, let's get into the story of Ankar Null. The dark gods have smiled upon me. They have seen in me a great potential and have blessed me with the powers I need to bend this universe to my will. I command the powers of the warp and entreat with their denizens. I am the conduit through which my brothers can fully embrace their ascension. I am wrath. I am vengeance. Through me, the false corpse emperor shall be toppled, and humanity will submit to the ruinous powers. Or it shall perish. I look at my possessed brethren and can't help but feel pride in their dedication to our dark masters. The power of their partner demons palpably pulses from them as they charge across the battlefield. I move along with them, encouraging them and channeling the powers of the Immaterium through my body. We close in on the false emperor's lapdogs, and I can see the fear in their eyes as their lasgun shots deflect harmlessly off my brother's armor. I can see the resignation writ large upon their souls as we breach their lines. My brother's gifts tear through these misguided fools as though they were made of wet parchment. I let my brothers handle most of the killing. They relish in the slaughter. It is a glorious offering to our gods and their dark denizens. One of the lapdog leaders tries to rally his troops. He steps up and cries, "For the Emperor!" I come forward now, right in front of him. He stares up and tries to stab me with his sword. I simply grab it and wrench it from his hands. As he stares at me, fear firmly gripping him, I reach down and clasp his head between my hands. Your Emperor is not here, I say. But let me show you what a true God provides. He was massive, giant. He glided across the battlefield. We shot everything we could at them. Nothing would do anything. The beasts, with their claws, they tore through us. And that just the cold glow rising from that creature as he floated over our barricades. He looked upon the slaughter. Oh. That's when the lieutenant stood up. He yelled for the Emperor, and we were heartened briefly until it grabbed him. It muttered in a deep, guttural growl into his face. And then he was gone. Fried. Just this blue and green coruscating power just shot through the lieutenant's head. He dropped his body, and we were left there, staring at this monster as he rose up, and his beasts kept rampaging through our lines. I did turn and run. I know. But sir, I don't know what we could have done against them. I don't know what anyone could do against them. And there you have it, the finished model there. I think he looks really good and one of the best paint jobs, honestly, personally, that I've done in maybe ever. I'm really proud how it turned out. Really worked on the volumes, make sure it looked really cool and rad, and also taking in that the feeling of the vaporwave that my friends there at the Heresy for Heretics really inspired inside of me. So I think he looks really cool, and also that pink might work for like an Emperor's Children, which might be important coming up. Who knows? That seems to be what they're looking at doing here. So hopefully he performs well on the table for me, but if not, he'll look really rad on my shelf.
And like I said, there you have it. I am super pleased with how he turned out. Hopefully, Heresy for Heretics will be pleased with my offering to the Vaporwave gods. I think he looks cool, and I think he's going to look rad. He's really going to pop and look super awesome on the battlefield there. The combination of the pinks and the blue on the armor, as well as like the green and the blue with the flames, just pops for me, and it makes me feel very excited to be able to field him on the battlefield. So hopefully he does well. Although it doesn't give me the newly painted model syndrome. I'm also going to be running the conversion that I did for the Master of Executions, which you can I've got a video for that as well. You can check that one out. But he's going to be on the table there too. So I'm going to have two Blood Angel models that I've converted into Chaos models going out there for Chaos Space Marine. So I'm pretty excited about that. So so I hope you guys have enjoyed that. But before I go any further, I keep forgetting to talk about this. But as you may know, I am a member of the Army Painters Factory team, as you can tell from my jacket here, as well as the beginning of the video there, my introduction. And with that comes a lot of really cool benefits to me, but I wanted to make sure that you could get some benefits as well. So if you go to the Army Painter and use the code FactoryGeek5, you can get 5% off your order on any of their products, including all of the paints that you saw me utilize here today. There's a lot of things you can check out there, even the basing materials and stuff that I use, the green stuff, it's all from the Army Painter. So go check them out. They've got a ton of awesome stuff that you can do. If you're looking to paint a new army, or you're looking to get stuff ready for your future Vaporwave army that you've got in the works, go get it, check it out, get yourself a 5% discount there as a thank you to you guys for all the support that you've done to get me into a position where the Army Painter would want to work with me. There's also a 10% code in my Patreon. If you're a member of my Patreon, you can get a 10% off code. They wanted me to keep that one behind the paywall as an extra thank you to those who more directly support the channel with their hard-earned dollars. But I appreciate all the support that you give, whether you're watching it, liking it, sharing it, commenting on it, share, like, and subscribe, all the fun things that YouTubers like to say. I really appreciate all the support. And let me know down below what you guys think about this model. Is it a kind of a conversion that you might give a shot? Would you have done it differently? Have you done something similar? If you just like it, just say so. Just give a comment. I like seeing what you guys have to say and keeping the conversation going. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I've been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. And until next time, stay safe and have fun.